why is the Congress opposed to the UCC in the form that it's being implemented in Uttarakhand today?
Actually, basically, we do not know what is the draft of UCC.
Right.
And you know why BJP and all the governments, they are putting pressure on UCC, Uniform Civil Code.
Right.
BJP says there should be one law for everybody in the country. Today, there are 2-3 personal laws, Hindu laws, Muslim laws, Christian laws. There are 28 states. UCC is the part of concurrence list of the constitution, C list. Parliament can pass law in this regard, and all states, assemblies can also pass. You just let me know if every state they are going to pass a different UCC. Today there are only 3 personal laws.
Yes.
Tomorrow it may be 28 laws.
Right. Right.
And why do you want to change the Sharia? What I know, according to the media, they have banned halala.
Yes.
You just let me know first of all what is halala. Nobody knows what is halala. There is no provision of halala in the Sharia.
Right.
Actually, Islam doesn't like talaq at all.
Yeah.
That is the reason. They have put a condition. That condition, people are calling it is halala. Basically, it is not halala. Basically, it is a strict condition. Islam says if you divorce your wife, she can never come back with you. This is the condition.
Right.
And these people, they are unable to understand what is the halala. And they are putting so many conditions, UCC.
Yes.
So that is the reason we are opposing it.
Right. Mr. Alvi, I just want to bring in my colleague Ashok here. He's in the studio with me. Ashok, this point that Mr. Alvi raised, the fact that you have 28 states, is there a possibility that every state, if it passes its own version of the UCC, you could have a multitude of these uniform civil codes across the country?
Well, Mr. Alvi does have a point here, but it looks very unlikely that the 28 states, if they go in for UCC, will have 28 different laws.
Right.
There will be some degree of uniformity in the laws.
Yes.
Now, you have to understand that what is basically the idea behind bringing in a uniform civil code. Now, till a few years back, there was a problem between 2 fundamental rights.
Yes.
One is the right to equality of women, and the religious rights.
Yes.
Now, in India, institution of marriage, divorce, succession, inheritance, adoption, everything is governed by personal laws. Now, the argument there is that as far as personal laws are concerned, the government and the courts cannot interfere with it.
Right.
But when we had this important case of triple talaq, which came to the Supreme Court, the Supreme Court was tasked with this difficult job of balancing 2 different fundamental rights, which is the right to equality, gender equality. Now, most of these personal laws with respect to marriage are pipped in favor of the men.
Right.
And women do not enjoy equal rights when it comes to marriage, when it comes to divorce, inheritance, succession, adoption, whatever it is. What is being attempted here by the state governments, various state governments are in the process of bringing in this law. They are trying to bring in a degree of parity between the 2 genders, men and women, so that they have equal rights in this very important aspect of their lives of marriage, divorce, succession, inheritance. So I don't think there is a problem.
Yes.
But because mostly, I believe every state government has that bit of understanding that you cannot have different laws for different states. There, when it comes to gender parity or giving parity to the female gender in the equation, there can be no third way of looking at it.
Right. Ms. Alvi, this point that Ashok raised, the fact that, the spirit of all those laws is essentially going to be the same. It is to give women parity when it comes to male. And, the scales have been tipped heavily in the case of men. And we know that from the Shah Bano case of the 1980s, going back there. Given this background, I mean, why would you not want a UCC, for instance, in all of these
Shah
states?
Bano case is very rare case. First of all, I want to ask very simple question.
Yeah.
Why Article 44 is very important for Bharatiya Janata Party?
Right.
Whether there is only one article in directive principles, there are 15, 16 articles.
Right.
Very specifically, I think as I remember, Article 50 says there should be absolutely separate executive and judiciary.
Right.
Is it not important for the country? Why BJP is not giving importance to this particular article? There are 15, 16 articles.
Yes.
But you always talk about Article 44,
Article 44.
because you want to polarize this society just in the interest of your election. That is the reason. Everybody is talking about UCC. It is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
Constitution gives this right to everybody. You can follow your religion. I remember when I was practicing, I remember someone has filed a case of divorce. He was Hindu.
Yes.
And his age was 50 years. And when he got a decree from Supreme Court, he was 80 years old. Why are you not giving thought to it? Why are you worried only about Muslim Shariat?
Right.
Why not about Hindu personal laws? You think about your personal laws. Let us think about our laws.
Right. So Ashok, there's
you
a point
are talking
that
about Muslim women. It is rubbish, absolutely.
right. So this
because
point
you want to polarize the society.
Mr. Alvi is making about this it being the politics. In fact, that's what we are talking about. In fact, the political fallout of this, the fact that is it actually politics that's driving the government's decision to go ahead with the UCC? Is it more than just about equality of men and women?
Well, I think the government at the center and BJP governments at the state governments are possibly taking a cue from the Supreme Court verdict in the triple talaq case.
Right.
It will be wrong to say that an attempt is being made to polarize people on the grounds of religion.
Yeah.
Now, Islam is one religion in which the scales are very, very heavily tipped in favor of the men. When it comes to marriage rights, when it comes to adoption rights, when it comes to maintenance rights. What is being attempted here is to put them or give them, both the genders, the same level playing field.
Right.
Now, this is not an issue on which anybody can have a problem.
Right.
In the name of religion or even otherwise. Now, as far as polarizing thing is concerned, I don't understand. Why do the state governments where the Congress party has their governments, why don't they take such a similar similar step of bringing in UCC? What is so wrong about it?
Yes.
What is so wrong? I can agree that it's a debatable issue.
Right.
That it infringes on your religious rights. The basic argument here is that these issues of marriage, divorce, etc. are governed by our personal laws. And the courts and the government should keep away from this area. This is not a secular topic.
Yes.
But please understand, is right to equality not a secular and a laudable objective for any government, whether BJP, Congress or non-BJP Congress, which is in power, to strive to achieve? What is polarization in it? Now, let's take the instance of Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand process started in 2022. In fact, a committee was set up. There was large-scale public consultation which happened over a period of 1 year. Almost 60,000-70,000 responses were received by the committee on their suggestions for a UCC. Now, I do agree with Mr. Alvi on only one point.
Yeah.
The point that is, we do not know what this draft UCC looks like.
Right.
What are the subject matters? What are the topics it's dealing with?
Right.
Is it dealing with live-in relationships? Is it dealing with runaway couples?
Yeah.
Is it dealing with inter-religion marriages?
Right.
What is happening?
News 9 Plus. Download now.